Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's Monday, January 27th, 2020. Just clicking right along here in January here of 20. But thanks for being here. Um, like always, check out your screen there. You should see the legal disclaimers. Just always remember, guys, everything we do is for trading is for educational purposes only. Okay, no trades that we take here are any way, shape, or form a trade recommendation. Okay. And if you decide to take trades based on what we're talking about doing it, you're doing that with your own and full responsibility of yourself and in your trading decisions. In no way, shape, or form is that a reflection of Titan Futures or any of us here in this room. So please understand that everything's for educational purposes only. Okay? All right, we'll get that out of the way. But if you're checking us out for the first time, sure do appreciate it. You've come to Titan Futures 1 Point a Day Challenge, which is simply we just try to make 1 point a day. All right, that's the challenge here to see if 1 point a day could be made in the S&P. I mean the S&P E-mini futures market. Okay, the ES is what they call that. So this is trying to make that 1 point a day, and we just compound contracts. Okay, so after we've grown our account, and you'll see the challenge here is we just do $1,000 for every one contract here. We have a 1 point stop and a 1 point profit target, so you should never blow accounts. Okay, with staying with your 1 point stop. Okay, and you're staying with your one contract per $1,000. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. You'll see that we'll track our trade for the day at the end of our session here. You'll see us. We keep a live spreadsheet of what's going on, win or lose. We take the first trade of the day between Soto and Mitchell, and they're the other two traders here in the room. We take their trades and win or lose. We post that to show it was taken, and then we update the spreadsheet to reflect that. We might trade 2 or 3 times during the session, but we always take just the first trade as the 1 point a day challenge. Okay, so that's the only one we track here. But the goal is to show that what the opportunity is for compounding your contracts over time. So I think this is day 83 or 84 of the 1 point a day challenge, and we started with $1,000, and I believe we're up to around $3,200 or $3,300 doing the 1 point a day. Something to watch for sure. Okay, so if you want to learn a little bit about what we do and our methodology, you can check out the channel there. There's videos on the channel, on the YouTube channel here. There's videos to show you specifically what we're doing, why we're drawing our zones. As you can see on my chart here, we have blue zones and orange zones, and we kind of explain what those are and why they are there and what we look to accomplish out of those zones. Okay, and why we've drawn those zones. All right, so that's what you'll learn here as well. So all right, so you'll see in my chart right now, I've got the blue zone is about to be entered in here. This is a demand zone, okay? And we use supply and demand, support and resistance here. Can't take this trade just yet because volume's increased into this zone here, so I need to kind of wait for that to see what it wants to do. But we look to trade support and resistance, price action, volume, and supply and demand. Okay, they're all basic fundamentals of the market. And if you can learn to trade off of basic fundamentals of the market, because these fundamentals are in every market you trade, then you'll be able to have an opportunity to make trades in any market you decide to trade. Okay, it doesn't have to be the ES market. It could be a stock. It could be a oil. It could be a commodity. It don't matter. It's all the same basic fundamentals will apply. So get good at those and knowing how to trade those, and then possibly give you opportunities. Okay, and that's kind of what we look for here. All right. So that's kind of what we've done now. It's kind of marked up zones. So we're just being patient here and waiting for one of our zones to be triggered for the right reasons, and then look to trade out of that. If volume tells us to go ahead and gives us the green light, so to speak, to do that, then we'll look to make some trades out of that area. So that's what we're doing now. We're just kind of waiting. We had a big move overnight to the downside here. We sold off on Friday, almost 100 points down now. We're right at 100 points actually. So big move over from Friday afternoon, about 5, or Friday morning, I guess I should say, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday to this morning. Big move down, about 100 points there. So we got some, definitely some ground to maybe recover or continue on the downtrend here. So we'll kind of watch that and just see how it wants to play out. All right, so just being patient here. I'm going to wait and watch and see. So if you have any questions, please check us out and ask them in the chat. And then we do this every day. We'll probably end up changing it here. Probably end up going to maybe 3 days a week here because we're doing some different things as well. So that's something we'll kind of discuss here throughout the week and kind of set the new schedule for next week. We're probably going to move to going about 3 days a week here. We'll let you a little more detail here. So I know we have some people that join the live stream very regular every day, and we'll let them know what's going on. So anyway, so we're looking for the potential trade right here out of this area, and I look for a trade here to be probably around 39.25 if volume stays low for me. I'd like to get a little bit of a bounce here. We'll kind of watch that and see. All right. So let's check that out and see if we've got any support to that to show that we might need to get a trade out of here. Yeah, 25 might be a good little spot to bounce out of. We'll see. If it gets down there, it might not get down there just yet. We just have to be patient. Just have to be patient. Check and see what kind of news we got going on today. Monday, I don't think we're going to have a whole lot, but let's check and see. No, nothing to worry about news-wise today. Nothing to really worry about. So we are good there. So now we just got to sit back and wait for opportunity to come to us here. Put an order in right here to buy. Even though volume's increased, it's going to decrease here. I look to bounce right out of this 39.25. See if we can get a quick bounce out of that. We might have already missed it. Price might be bouncing at 39.50. But we'll see if we can get a little quick move out of here. And remember, any trade you decide to take here are definitely on your decision-making ability. And remember, always know what your risks are. Be willing to take those risks before you make any kind of a trade. Okay? Because I'm 100% okay with taking a loss here. I don't want to, but if I do, I'm not worried about it. It doesn't hurt me. I'm way under leveraged on the account, so I'm not really worried about taking this loss. We don't want to do that, but you just got to be at the same time. If you do take a loss, it doesn't hurt you, and it's not going to give you. It's not going to make you scared to take another trade if your method presents itself. Okay, so make sure you're always under leveraged. But If your method tells you to trade, you take the trade, right? At least that's what we do here. But we always know our risk because we got a 1 point stop, which we do not move ever. So we have to be good at our entries and take high probability entries. And if it goes against us and takes us out, that's not a problem. Okay, it's just part of the game. So you gotta be okay with that, because you're gonna lose. And that's all right. So just gotta have that mental capacity there to understand that. Okay. So we'll watch this here. I should go a little bit deeper. I might just drop it back to even at, go ahead and go one tick, a little low, one more tick at 39 even. And see what we got going on here. Maybe take it a little bit lower actually to 50. Go ahead and drop it a little bit lower to get into a little bit lower side of this if it wants to. Looking for maybe a bounce at 50 there, so might have to go one tick above that to possibly get that. So I keep an eye on that.
All right, buddy. Good morning.
Hey, there's Soto. How you doing, man?
Good. Sorry. All right. Had to brush my teeth and get a little breakfast going here.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
It's kind of weird. We brush our teeth before we eat breakfast, and we brush it after we eat breakfast. That was weird.
Always weird.
Let's see. What you got going on here?
I got a little trade waiting at 28.50.
Okay.
28.50 is in one of our zones, and our hidden zone here. And I'm looking to possibly let it get a little deeper into that because of price action. Maybe look for a bounce out of that 610 zone there.
All right. You said 38.50?
Yeah, 32, 38.50. Yeah.
Okay. I had one at 38.75.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right. But I would agree with you and go down a little bit. Are you using the? I'm using the 610 candle there.
Correct. Yeah, 610 candle. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Now, if this does a double bottom here using the 620 candle, we're gonna miss a trade, which we're okay with that.
Yeah.
If it decides to do a double bottom on the 615 candle, we will lose by one tick. So I'm gonna move down one tick to 38 and a quarter.
Okay.
To give me the opportunity in case they do a double bottom on that.
Sure.
On that 615 candle, and I'm okay if I miss the trade at 38 and a half.
All right. I'm not going to argue with that.
So yesterday I lost power. We lost power for like 3 hours.
Huh. Was it storming or just?
No, there was a car accident and it hit like a power metal transformer.
Yeah.
And we got like a long message saying, over 5,000 people are without power. It's going to take us 2 to 4 hours. But if you don't get power in 2 to 4 hours, you're going to be without power overnight. So, pretty wild. All right, so volume has been increasing here slightly. So, I feel good at staying at 28 and a quarter, still a good distance away.
Sure.
You had a good night?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Good. All right. So volume didn't decrease on the last candle there, so that's good. So now it looks like it's going to try to come down to us. So let's see if it does a double bottom. All right. So far, boom, there it is. Did you get picked up?
I did. I'm picked up. I'm in. Yeah. So
all right.
Let's see if it bounces for us here.
Gotcha. All right. All right. I'm still not in. It touched me, but it didn't pick me up, so it's all right. Hopefully you get your point, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm in the trade. I'm in the trade now.
All right, cool.
Yep. All right. There we go. We're at 50, 75. Oh, I went to 75 and then came back down.
Yeah.
I want to go a little lower.
It might go a little bit lower on us. It's kind of getting heavy here, so.
Yep.
Yeah, might push through the bottom. Make a new
Yep.
low here. Which is fine, That's
Yeah.
just part of trading.
Yep. Volume increased.
Yeah, I'm out.
And I'm out. Yep. Out. Yeah, they went up to 75 and came back down real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got volume increase pretty good there. And look at that. One tick off. Son of a gun. You see that?
I see it, yeah.
Can't have nothing.
Can't have nothing, I hear you.
So yeah, they went one. Let's see here. All right. One, two. They went two ticks past the bottom of that 615 candle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at 25. I should have gone at. I really would have gone at 75. Yeah, I would have lost either way here. I lost by one tick, and if I would have gone one tick below, still would have lost. So, yep. I tried to play it safe there, still lost.
That's all right.
That's all right. They don't call it freaking Mondays for nothing, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right. So let me post. Let me take a couple. I didn't get to take a lot of screenshots. It happened kind of fast. Short image. All right, we'll do that there. Yeah, look at volume. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But we knew that was a little high risk trade, so that's all right.
Yeah, bucking the trend, so you got to remember it's going to, if there's a lot of volume comes in, it's going to push against us pretty quick. And
yeah.
And then when you're going against a big move like I said earlier, it's dropped already 100. It's dropped over 100 points since Friday till this morning.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, the ES has. So it's definitely in a down move.
As you said, it dropped 100 points since Friday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man.
So it was 33, 35 on Friday. It was 30. The high on Friday was 33, 37, and the low this morning is 32, 35. So it's basically 100 points. So
yeah.
So big move overnight. A big move on Friday and just continued overnight, I should say.
Well, you know what has not dropped is the number of cases of the new virus from China.
Has it gone up?
It's gone up, man. I'm telling you, bro. We're code red.
Oh,
code red. Which, by the way, if you're gonna have codes, you should always pick a color that kind of goes with the situation. I was at this hospital, and everybody that works at the hospital gets a badge that has all the codes on the back, but nobody ever looks at those codes, right? Until they get called, and then you kind of look, and then you kind of maybe remember one or two. But I didn't happen to look at the codes, and it said it was code blue, code blue, code blue. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, code blue doesn't sound too bad,
Yeah,
maybe look up water leak or something.
Yeah, and then isn't that a crash card or whatever?
Cardiac arrest. Yeah, somebody found a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
So I look, I was like, oh crap! I had to run with Dr. Smith. So that was funny. But yeah. So anyways, we're a code red, which means it's just a second tier. Code pink is death. If I ever say code pink, just don't even worry about taking cover. It's over.
Oh, is it code pink?
Yeah, code pink. It's
just done, huh?
Oh man.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Yeah, I was gonna get married pretty soon here and go on a honeymoon to China. Apparently, I can't. I had to cancel the wedding just because of that.
Yeah, you gotta cancel the wedding since you can't
Yeah.
go to China now. So you gotta wait till they clear it up. Then you get weddings back on,
You laugh, but I did have a friend that would. He was engaged like 20 times. He had like a wedding plan 20 times, and like all 20 times they were canceled for something super silly. Like, yeah, man, I think the weather's gonna be pretty bad that week. I think we're just gonna move it down a couple months and kind of see how things go.
huh?
I'm like,
Jeez,
I don't think
really?
he wants to get married.
Yeah, just don't get man. Just stop and getting engaged, man.
Yeah. Well, she wanted to get married. So eventually they canceled everything and broke up. But yeah, it
Wow.
was funny. He would be like, "Hey, you heard about that thing going on in the Caribbean?" I was like, and there was a virus. I forgot what virus now in the Caribbean, but it had nothing to do with him. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a good time, man. It's horrible.
Jeez.
All
Good
right.
morning, LJ. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend.
Oh, good. Let's see here. All right. I only took two screenshots of the in the process and after we lost. I'm gonna send that here.
All right.
I guess. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. Subject point lost. Okay. All right. That's taken care of. I do have another trade, but now we're going into our time here,
Mm-hmm.
so I guess we're just gonna wait here.
Yeah, about a minute and a half away from that no trade zone.
Yeah, let's just kind of wait and see what happens, how it settles down. Oh, yep, lost by one. Oh, two ticks. I lost by two ticks. Yeah, two ticks wrong. It's all right. It's all right. Got to study that. Got to look into that. See what's going on. Probably what happened is I was too close to where you got in.
That's probably exactly it.
I just have to go like four ticks away from.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
kidding.
it used to be just one tick. Now you got
I
to
know.
start expanding it.
We got to start just going two, three ticks away. Oh, by the way, Steven and Doug had no idea who Kobe is. By the way,
They didn't really.
it, they didn't know what happened. They don't know who he is.
Oh, I guarantee Kirsten know who he
I
is.
bet. I bet. Yeah, I didn't talk to her. Yeah, I bet
If
she
you're any
knows.
kind of a sports person, you know who Kobe Bryant was.
Right, right. If I know, you should know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're in trouble. No, you know what? We're really in trouble. Because right now we can't trade. So I'm going to tell you the story.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at YouTube. You're familiar with YouTube?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
We're technically YouTubers. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm checking out. I like Stephen Colbert, The Late Show, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
But I also like to watch the other guys, Jimmy Kimmel. Uh, he's not my top guy, but he's funny. I think he's a good guy. I like him. I saw a video that he did that he went on the street and asked everyday Americans. They took a map of the world, like a flat map, just a regular map with no names of any country. And he just asked, "Can you just name any country? Just name one, any any country, including the United States. Name any country you want. Can you please point to it and name it?" They asked, let's say they asked 8 people. Out of the 8 people, only one was able to name a country.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, okay, worst case scenario. You know what? I'm gonna go safe here. This is clearly Florida. Everybody knows Florida, so that means it's in the United States. So I'm gonna say the U.S. right here, or very safe Australia, right? Like, okay, there's Australia,
Well, even
or
more safer than that is just go just above United States and say Canada.
right,
I mean,
right,
that's the quickest. Either Canada or Mexico
right.
is the quickest two places everybody should find outside of the United States.
Yes, you're absolutely right, and not one. Most of them will point to Africa and will say, and most of them was, not all of them will say Africa,
Yeah.
and they were like, that's a continent. Then they'll point to like, where like China is, and they were like, they'll be like Asia, like, yeah, that's still a continent. And they're like, yeah, I don't know. He's like, can you point to the U.S.? And then they'll point to like China. I'm like, no, why?
Oh,
Why are you here? And they're like, did you go to high school? Yeah, I finished high school. I went to college. You went to college. Where did you go to college? Do not say the name, please. Do not say the name. Yeah, yeah, it's
oh yeah.
not bueno,
We
not
got a good
bueno.
we got a good education system, man.
Yes, and then those are all people like in their 30s and 40s, maybe late 20s. Okay, the one guy that named like 10, 20 countries, like killing it. He was maybe 15 years old.
Mm.
He was like, "Oh yeah, here's Bolivia, Chile, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Panama, Guatemala, United States, Mexico, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Australia, Papua New Guinea." I was like, "Who is this kid?" But see, I was so proud that he just knew the basics that we made him look really smart.
He's probably in the middle of studying geometry. I mean,
Right.
geology. I mean,
Geography. Yeah.
geography. Yeah, in
There we go.
high school.
Yeah. But still, hey, he did it.
Yeah, he did it. He pulled it off. Yeah, he's a 10th grader, probably at 15 years
Yeah.
old. So yeah, he's definitely right in the middle of learning all of his countries. So
But at
yeah,
least he did it. That's
yeah,
good.
well, that's exactly right. At least he did it.
I had to. I took ge- um, it's a political science slash geology class under the geology department at Sanford, and it was actually a really cool class. And but one of the things we were studying India and China,
Hmm.
and we had to for a quiz we had to name all the different places, all the different states in China and India, and but we did it on the computer. And so the professor would walk around, and when it was, when you were ready, you would raise your hand, and then the computer would be like a blank map of India. Let's say I did India first or China, whatever you did first, and then you have to point to the state, and then or the province, and then you had to name it, right? You have to tell them what it is,
Hmm.
and then so what I did, because I'm so gifted in finding a shortcut to everything,
Sure.
is I memorized a circulation. Like I would do it the same pattern. I did it like 1,000 times, and so I was able to. So unless I got thrown off, now if he was to like stop me and like, oh, I'm pointing to a different area, that would have thrown me off. But he wasn't gonna do that, and he did it, and I got them all right, both China and India.
Look at you.
But if you were to ask me one question today about any of them Providence, I don't know anything.
You don't know any of it,
Don't know any.
yeah. Yes,
All right.
sir.
We're at the open here. Looks like we're having a little down move here. All right.
Mm.
All righty. It's gonna be a good day on the MES market.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's see. There should be some area down here.
I'm eating a peach.
You're eating a peach.
Yeah.
Nice.
When was the last time you had a peach?
Uh,
There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought.
a long time ago.
You not like them?
And,
Oh, really?
They're okay.
That's,
I just don't drink. They're okay.
you like bananas?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I like bananas now. I eat a lot of bananas.
You, do you, let me guess. How do you eat a banana in front of company?
Like I would do it with not in front of company. Just
No, no.
peel it and eat it.
In front of company, how do you eat a banana?
I peel it and eat it. I don't break it off in little chunks or anything like that, man. I just peel it and start eating
Oh,
it, man.
all right. That's what I figured.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with you, man?
That's nothing apparently, because that's how I'm gonna eat it. That's how I'm gonna eat it. That's the proper. I mean, the way I know how to eat a banana. I like
I'll,
to eat a banana.
I'll do a little
You
video
probably
for you
cut it
later.
up. You probably
You're supposed.
slice it, and
That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to touch it with your hands, just like anything else. You cut it
oh,
up
you're
both
so
hands.
full of it, man. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's what you were taught to do. So that's what you think is the only way to do it.
You cut it up both hands, and then you make an incision across the on one side and then the other. You peel off the top, and then you eat it one bite at a time. There, you slice one bite, boom, and you go down, and you're done.
Yeah, okay, you eat it that way.
I did it that way.
I'm sure you do.
But
Yeah, that's fine with you. Good for you.
no, I'm just
I do it probably like 99% of Americans do it, and that's just start peeling it and start eating
listen. 99% of Americans apparently cannot name any country, so I don't know. At this point, I will be relating to the 99%.
it. I'm proud to be an American man, so.
Hey, by the way, I love America. Okay, just to be clear.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah.
Just to be clear, I
Okay.
am my America. I just happen to be the
Yeah.
99% that knows the system. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I can't still believe you wear the same shoes all day.
I do for the most part, man. Same clothes, everything. I know I can't understand how you change clothes 3 times a day. I mean,
You gotta
it's
be
just funny to me that you do that. Now, if you get all sweaty and dirty, I understand, but
right.
when you're just it's normal every day. Oh, it's 2 o'clock. I gotta go change clothes. I mean, it's just arbitrary, man. I mean, it's just like, what's the deal? What's going on?
And you gotta look your best always, bro.
Okay. You funny guy, man.
Yeah, I had a blast.
Peculiar is probably the
Uh,
best thing.
love your family. Your dad he's such a classic grandpa that it's so funny. Like he's like he could be easily he's the classic grandpa in every movie, right? So the best part was like, yeah, I do that all the time. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's he doing? Is he down in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, he's still in Puerto Rico. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. Be coming
Earthquakes
home.
affect him anything?
No, I mean they feel him. He feels them all the time, but no, it's not. They've not been affected.
Good.
Yeah, he feels the tremors quite often. All right, man. Officially start looking for trades here.
All right. Well, we have an option here to take the trade out of that same area we were at to go
Mm-hmm.
long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think about the 750 candle?
The 750. Let me go back.
50. Yep.
Yeah, I mean I've got a zone drawn there. Yeah, I've already got a zone drawn there. Yeah, it's a good candle.
Good. All right. So they came back and bounced off. It looks like they're bounced off that little 915 candle there,
Mm-hmm.
which we had no way of really picking that zone. We would have picked the if anything, the 925 candle there.
Right. don't know. I'm not sure. I might wait to, even though that's a good zone at 750.
Uh huh.
I might just end up waiting out of that zone. I might end up waiting. I think I might wait till we get back up into this hourly zone up in here.
Okay.
Around 57.
Got
Okay,
it.
get it back up there. Continue the downtrend, so to speak. Let it kind of retrace back up in here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the hourly, and yeah, I would agree. Um, yeah, you're right. There's a good zone here on the hourly at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then you can reduce that to the 3 o'clock candle.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna be a less stronger area. Let me draw that up here. I'm gonna pick this here. We're right at. I think a strong trade will be around 61. If you want to go a little higher.
Yeah, I got that zone drawn on the 5 minute.
Okay.
410,
All right.
410 candle.
Okay. I'm looking at the hourly now. So
Yeah, that's inside the hourly. But that would
yeah.
be the a 5 minute zone that coordinates with a condensed hourly. Yep.
Yep. And if we break that, you said you're not a big fan of like the close over the day of like the week candle.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the the closing of the market candle. Letting that be a zone. I don't like that. No,
Okay.
personally, I don't. So.
I slept in the bed yesterday.
Did you? Good for you. You got off the couch,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I was reading and I wanted to like put the book down and kind of like instead of me holding the book up, put it like on the bed and then like like kind of does that make sense? Kind of like lay down and like read down looking at the book so
Okay.
the book can stop hitting me in the face when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's like so annoying. Like, oh, you haven't learned it 12,000 times? No, no, I still haven't. And yeah, so I passed out on top of the book, so I used the book as a pillow. It was so bad. Like instead of
Jeez.
just reaching like literally like maybe 10 inches to the right and getting the pillow, I just laid on the book.
Oh man. You something else, dude.
Yeah. But I get so tired that I'm like too lazy to do anything. Like,
Yeah.
no,
You're too
my
lazy to move 10
thing.
inches to a pillow.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's lazy.
that is lazy. Uh, I get so tired, man. It just wears me out.
Reading that book wears you out, huh?
Yeah, or yeah. Well, it's not like, okay. It's not like I read like only for like 10 minutes. I'm reading like for a while. Okay,
Yeah.
to be clear, it's like oh, he started like 5 minutes later. There's a guy I knew. You probably remember by the name Ruru.
Uh
Yeah, he will read 3 or 4 minutes. He'll be out.
huh.
And I can't snore, but he will snore. Um, yeah, he never got like past chapter one in like in a year. He's just there.
But you look good for 3 or 4 minutes anyway, did he?
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway, that's funny. Yeah, I was like, why did he do that? No, that's funny. Let's see here. All right. All right. Right now, I'm still keeping my trade in at 3250.5 to go short.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep it there. All right.
Where at again? I'm sorry.
I'm at 32, 50.5.
50 and a half. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, 50 and a half. Yeah, or just 50 and a half, yeah.
Gotcha.
The language barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dougie, man, he may be out.
Wow, that's a big change, man. He just bought a house and everything, dude. He's not.
I know.
What's up with that?
I
What's,
honestly, I don't think. Well, I told you the reason he originally went there was because of Steven, right?
yeah.
I told you Steven was originally gonna take the job there, and then they got offered more money up in the UP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so but unfortunately, little Dougie already had committed, and he already took the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he could have just like back out. Well, he's coming up on his 2 years. Oh, he's Mitchell's ready.
All right. I'm going to bring Mitchell in here. Bring Mitchell and Soto both in here. Morning, Mitchell. How you doing, man? Good. Let me see what's going on with Soto. Let's see here. Yeah, he told me that this morning. He asked if I knew Kobe.
All right, buddy.
Did I hallucinate or did we talk about that?
He's just
Hey, guys.
us a hard time.
Hey, you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're talking about you.
Oh. What?
Were you kidding last night when you texted me and asked if I knew Kobe passed away?
Yeah, he was kidding.
Yeah, I was joking.
Okay. Because I was in bed. I go to bed early, so I apologize.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh, yeah.
No, I was fine, but I read it, and I was still mad when I was like, I know Soto pretty well, but I think he may be on drugs.
Yeah. That was just that's a joke, sarcastic. You guys heard about that? But which, by the way, two of my friends not only not know what happened, they don't know who Kobe is.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't feel that bad. Yeah. Anyways, you doing all right, buddy, this morning?
Oh, yeah. How about you?
Good, man. Thanks for asking. Somebody else didn't ask how I was doing.
I did, but you were just talking.
I responded.
So tell me why. So, what's the real reason Doug's looking to possibly move up? The UP?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. So real quick though, we're coming into a trade here. I know you're not going to take it. I'm sitting at 50 and a half. And I'm doing this because you always yell at me for not letting you know prior to the trade.
Well, that's good, yeah.
I'm at 49 and a half.
49 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to be in the trade there.
About to enter in the trade, yep.
Well, never mind. My chart is not working right.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the MES.
It does this all the time, like bar time, waiting for real-time data before starting. And it won't ever, I have to close this chart, completely open a new chart.
Why does it do that?
I don't know,
because
man.
of connection?
Oh. It does this all the time. I have green lights on my NinjaTrader and all that. And if I disconnect my connection and try to connect, it will never connect back. I have to completely close out NinjaTrader and open everything back up again.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm in this trade here. All right.
Well, I'm shutting down. I'll be with you in a little bit.
All right, buddy.
So where'd you go in at a half?
I'm 50, yeah, half. Yeah, half.
50 half? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, maybe hopefully you catch a little quick bounce out.
Well, unfortunately, it went down to 1 and it didn't give it to me. It went down right to a 1.
Well,
just got my point. Just got it. Just got it, my point. Yeah. Gave it to me.
Good job.
Thank you. All right, so now I'm trailing here. This is super delay, but let's see here. All right, I'm taking that. I'm out. Super delay, but now you know. All right, and I also got my point on the on the MES also. So yeah, I was on the same spot on the MES. I was at 50-50, so I took one take of heat on both.
Good job.
On the thank you. On the MES, I do one full. All my contracts are a one exit at 1 point stop.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because I told you I'm working on building it up. I started there at 500. I want to build it up. Just I think it's a mental thing, like we have talked about. And today I'm sitting at. I started with 500, and today I'm sitting at right after that trade at $1,400. I mean, $1,000, $1,004.24. There you go.
Good. You doubled your count then. That's good.
Yeah. So to be clear, not 1,400.
Right. 1,004.
Yeah, 1,004. Yeah.
Good job, man.
Yeah. So I doubled. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I did 100% return. It took let's see, maybe a month, a little more than a month. But yeah, but I was always increasing the contracts, which when it comes down to the fees, it doesn't make sense to stick with the micro. But I was trading, per every $50, contract for every $50.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's a little more aggressive. But they don't call me the ninja killer for nothing. Yes, not that I kill ninjas, by the way.
I don't know. I like what this name says, Ninja Killer. I don't do that. That's just what they call me.
That's what they call me. I don't do it. That's good. I like it.
Nice job, LJ. She made a point at 49.5 on EMS as well. Nice job.
Nice. 49.5. Good. Did you go? Did you go long or did you also go short?
I haven't made a trade. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about LJ.
She's short.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's where I think Metro was going. Yeah.
It was exactly where I was going, but can't really trade when you don't have appropriate charts and whatnot.
Hey, just real quick from our conversation from that last night. If you got an E-Trade account, just stay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, just stay with your E-Trade account instead of doing the Robinhood thing. Because you got to just make sure you just have to approve your account for options. Get it approved for options. And just
I'll see about.
There.
And I appreciate, man, you taking the time to help us with that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, no worries. But that's 0% commission as well, E-Trade. So just stay there. It's a bigger broker anyway.
Wife's a little more on board, so we're doing well.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear that.
Wait, who's doing well?
I said my wife's a little more on board when she.
Good.
Just chill. I'm not going to abandon my career. Just calm down.
That's good.
You should make a fake. Well, maybe this is not good, but you should make a fake letter, a 2-week notice letter. Turn it in. Leave it on the counter in the kitchen.
Oh yeah, I'd go over well.
She hit me with the. It makes more sense for me to quit, and I said because you would quit and make no money. Yeah, I would quit because I would be making more money. So now, tell me how that makes more sense. She just puffed and ran upstairs. She's great. No, she's a workaholic. She could never. If she did leave her job, she would have to do something else. She's one of those busybodies. Her dream in life is to open a gym of some sort.
Oh, that's really cool.
A gym? Oh, yeah, they're always hugely successful. Have you read up on that?
Yeah, you don't do it for the money. You do it because you enjoy what you do. If money's not an issue.
Still have to eat.
Yeah, you still have to eat and pay bills and have a roof over your head. I mean, that's
Everybody
all
that I've ever known that's opened a gym has hemorrhaged money.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're cool for like until the next new gym comes out, and then
Right.
your gym's no good anymore.
Yeah. That's why I never wanted to invest in Gold's Gym.
Gold's had a good thing going through the 90s and early 2000s. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. I think they sold out.
I think there's. Oh, I don't know if they're sold out, but I've seen some around. But
Planet Fitness has a pretty good deal going. I bet they make tons off that $10 a month.
Oh,
and no
yeah.
one ever goes.
Yeah, it's always like the same 20 people in there.
Yeah, now she wants to do like a high end like gym and also like have like a restaurant type thing that tailors your meals to the actual members of the gym. So like you would have your chart and everything, and you would come in for your morning and you would get your meals for the day, and everything tracks your progress. So it's like a one-stop shop, which is actually a really cool idea.
Yeah, I think that's good. That's something that's niche inside the gym industry that I think would do well. Yeah.
But I'm like, Maddie, you got to support me so we can do that, because that's not going to be cheap.
No, that's not going to be cheap, no.
And the cool thing is you only have to hire one dietitian, registered dietitian, to plan like all the different meals.
She's registered.
Oh, is she a registered dietitian?
Yeah, she went and she got all the certifications, that, and the personal trainer. She used to do that thing where people would send, pictures of themselves, and she would track their macros, which is like, I don't really know what that is, but where you weigh your food out and all that kind of stuff.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, she's a registered dietitian. That's where your money mostly, or outside of your equipment and stuff, that's where your money was going to go for salary. So that saves you a lot there.
Yeah, but she also, I know how she'd be. She likes to stand around and talk. She'd be all into that and
never makes
teaching spin classes instead of doing the dietary work.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's completely cut out like all coffee and everything that makes her happy in life. So I'm pretty much living with a rabid black bear right now.
It's interesting. Coffee gets a bad rap, but if you take it, if you go wild and drink 20 cups a day, then yeah, you might need to stop. But 1 cup a day, really, there's just so much benefits to that.
Dude, the coffee she drinks won't even pour out of a cup.
What does that mean?
I mean, 1 cup of her coffee is like 5 cups of someone else's.
Oh, okay.
It's stout. So, I mean, she was drinking a lot more than 1 cup.
Yeah.
And she's cut down to 0. I told her last night, please drink it. Gosh.
You try to put it in her food, it's like...
Yeah, I'm like, I'm going to get you some caffeine gum or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually read, pretty recent, I read a lot of studies about their benefits of that. It actually is really good for your kidneys as well. So it's really, really interesting. But again, just like anything else, too much.
Yeah, it's all moderation.
Yeah. And that's true with anything. Like, just anything. You can eat fast food, just not 3 times a day every day. But, you can have a little burger once in a while, right? At least that's what I tell everybody I know. Yeah, this is fine, I got to eat too,
You need to, there's a new document. It's not really a documentary, but it's like a YouTube short story about this man. He was a food physicist or a food chemist, a food chemist. And he saved a McDonald's hamburger for 21 years.
Yeah.
And he recently just opened it. The only thing that decomposed was the pickles.
That's when it's great.
Literally, yeah. It looks perfectly intact. And he's kept it on his, like in a little container on his kitchen table for 21 years.
Yeah.
Non-refrigerated. And only thing that went away was the pickle.
Yeah. So you're telling us to not order pickles when we go to McDonald's.
I'm just saying. It's got to be tough on your body to digest that.
Yeah. Hey, guys, I got an order here to go long at $49.50.
$49.50?
$49.50, correct?
Yeah, I'm okay with that, yeah.
Okay. Yep, I'm using the Samsung 750. I just kind of flipped it there a little bit. It's bouncing off the top here, where I originally got into my entry to make the point. But I'm gonna hang out down here a little more in case they decide to give us a double bottom here, at the 955 candle. Also, right below that, right on that, there's a lot of support there, going back to the bottom of the 955 candle, and also some good wicks down there. So let's see what happens. Volume looks good. It's I was one tick away from being brought on here. All right, it's touching me, and we're in it to win it.
Good job.
Thank you.
I wish you the best, bro.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you for saying that out loud and meaning it, unlike other people, probably.
We're all in support here, man.
Yeah, I didn't say nobody else. I said probably at the end of that.
I want to go to your island that you were talking about buying, though. I doubt I'll have one, but you can have. I'll have a gym where you can get your meals planned.
All right, I'm a 75 negative.
Yeah, 3 memberships.
And I lost, and just noticed that Brian never said, "I hope you do well." That's
it was a poor trade, bro.
It was a great trade. Volume was low. I was in a good spot.
There's nothing great about that candle.
Just nice pushing. Again, I was off by 1 tick.
Well, you think you were off by 1 tick, but it hadn't given you the point yet, even if you would have gotten in down there.
Oh, let's see here. You're right. Still 2 ticks away. 1 tick. Let's see. All right. I gotta close my MES account. I only take 1 trade there and close it for the day, so I'm out on that.
That's good.
Yeah. Update on our owner. He came out of surgery. Surgery went well. So.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. That's great.
Wait, who was in surgery?
The owner of our company. Remember last week?
Oh, that's right. Yes. Good.
So now we're just waiting for a good pathology report.
Okay, good. Did a double bottom there. 950.
Yeah.
Good bounce. What the heck?
I was reading on the China stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think we have to worry about this thing here. Numbers are going wild.
Yeah, and apparently there's this lady that came out with a report and said that the numbers that we're being told are not even accurate. The government is not letting anyone talk about it over there. So they're like keeping it hush hush.
Yeah, when they have to build a hospital in 10 days, and 3 whole cities are shut down.
Yeah, I don't doubt they can do it though, man. Manpower and money, it'll get anything done. You've never seen people work it's insane. Everyone's like, I don't know how they built the pyramids. Well, they probably had the same deal going on that they have over there.
Yeah.
There'll be 3,000 people working on one building.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it takes us a year and a half to build a CVS.
Dude, it takes a year and a half just to talk about building a CVS. All the red tape.
Birmingham, longer than that to build a bridge.
Yeah. And they celebrated because they got done early, which is like what they're supposed to do. Oh, it didn't take you 10 years. Congrats.
All right, LJ. Have a good day. Hope you did well. Good job trading. Have a great day.
LJ's out today?
Yeah, she's out. Amazon said, what kind of doctor are you, Soto?
Oh, I'm not a doctor. We just I went to I was attempting to go to medical school, but I didn't finish. So, but the guys joke around and call me the doctor because I almost became a doctor. But no, most of my friends are doctors, but no, I'm not. So, and I was looking into either cardiothoracic surgery or orthopedic surgery, just based on there's just 3 steps you have to take, and based on the score, you kind of see how competitive you can be. So I was looking into those fields, but
You're only 7 months short, right, of graduating med school. So you
You're pretty much a doctor, man.
I mean,
yeah,
you've done all the rotations and clinicals, and I mean, you're all. I mean, you should go ahead and become a doctor and finish, but we've already had that conversation.
Yes, we've had that conversation. Yeah,
but I will take your advice.
Okay, first of all, I have great hands. See, that's where you messed up at, bro.
Yeah, what?
I have amazing hands. I can cut like there's no other. So
yeah, I said I wouldn't let him cut on me, but I'd be okay with taking his advice.
That's funny. I'm in this trade. I just made my point, by the way.
Good job. Thanks for letting us know after the
I was going to say, I was doing what Soto does.
It's so much fun to not tell, isn't it?
I thought I'd have fun with that one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got a point. Got a tick.
Looking at it now here.
Stop. Yeah.
I'm looking at it on the YouTube channel now. Trade. I was actually going to take a trade there too. I like it. Good job.
See, my trade isn't until 45.50.
Yeah, 45.50. Yeah.
But like I said, the micro's running a little weird compared to the ES today.
Yeah.
Been like a point off.
Yep. Good trade, buddy.
Which from what y'all have been calling out.
Yeah. Well, I got my point at That's right, Amazon. That's it off for trading. In a way, I kind of did. That's
it, man.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Well, I know that's why you won't go back and finish, right? Because of that.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And also, I don't want to work. Look, you saw the text I sent you from Doug yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that, especially for that amount of money. Now, give me like $10 million a year. Then yeah, I'll do it.
Soto.
Yeah.
That was how everyone feels.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, my whole issue is, well, Soto, dude, you're 7 months away. You can go back and get in. We've already had this conversation. What you'd have to do to finish it, just to have the knowledge. Just say, yeah, I got an MD. I don't practice, but yeah, I'm an MD. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so impressive.
I mean, that's extremely impressive. I'm an MD that has converted to being a full-time trader.
Yeah. My dad has a friend. My dad has a friend that was a full-time accountant, went back to school, got his law degree, then got his tax degree, then decided that he didn't like that anymore, and now is an anesthesiologist.
Huh.
No joke. So, like, it's kind of hard to talk smack to that guy when he's like, what in life can I not do? I've done it all.
Yeah.
And now he owns a deer farm and raises deer for a living. I'm literally not kidding.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Weirdest guy you'll ever meet in your life.
That's funny.
That's my dad for some reason.
Yeah. So yes, Father, I choose not to go back. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and kill that zone, man.
But yeah, to finish the story, little Doug, man, he is looking to keep his options open. One of those is going to Michigan. So
well, that means you need to just go ahead and move up to Michigan, man, and have the whole tribe up there.
Yeah, did he not read the text? I feel like he didn't read the text.
I read the text, but what little bit you sent, I mean, you got like this
long
sent
us a snapshot.
I mean, it's just a little snapshot of like two responses each, man. I mean, and they're less than five words each. What do you want me to say? I mean, it's not like I got cliff notes of the conversation or something.
Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did say I probably need to go up there. And the funny thing is, Steven, oh, by the way, guys, I'm in this trade here to go along. Yes, for real.
Why are you going long? Where are you going long?
Okay, hold on. I just
think
got my
it's going
point.
to bounce because of the where you're at.
I just got. Hold on a second. All right.
So you went based on the 855 candle, right?
I went at 44 flat to go long. I'm at 2 points profit.
Yeah.
Okay, it came back down. Let's see here. All right, let's see if it's gonna take me out. Then, yep, took me out. Take profit for the rest.
You need to unplug your mouse.
Yeah, he's kind of a happy trigger today, isn't he?
And ask permission before you trade from now on.
That's a great trade. Volume.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Got my point.
Now it looks awesome.
That looks awesome. But yeah. So the problem is, if Doug goes up there, his pay is going to be cut in half. That's the problem.
So why is he doing it?
I think he's either lonely. Well, it's a combination of being lonely and being abused by the system.
You don't think he's not? Yeah, you don't think he's going to be abused up there?
Well, Steven will be able to help him up there. So.
Well, Steven, though, he's quitting next year, isn't he? I mean, he's leaving medicine, right? Because he hates it so much.
Right, but Kirsten's still up there. Kirsten could kind of run the show, so.
Is he going to work for the same group? Is that kind of what he's trying to do, is work for the same group then?
Yeah, that'll be the goal, is to work for the same group.
Yeah. He's got a house he's got to sell here now and there that he just bought.
He just bought a house. He just bought 2 puppies. Oh, and another thing, he hates the cold weather. Like,
he just sounds like he don't know what to do. He needs to get a wife to tell him what to do, apparently.
Yeah, I was walking to one of his puppies, right? And I'm like out there with like shorts and a white t-shirt. He comes out, like, no joke, jacket, sweater, hat, gloves. I'm like, dude, it's 45 degrees. He's like, yeah, man, it's dying. I'm dying out here. I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna make it.
He's talking about moving to the UP?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's
why you let him move to UP, and you just move into his house. Tell him you'll take care of it.
That's exactly what you should do. Coleman, no joke, he should not sell his house in Coleman right now. He needs to hold on to that. The whole area around Huntsville is about to see some crazy growth.
Yeah, they say Huntsville is going to be the largest city in the state of Alabama.
Well, there's over y'all read like 6,000 jobs coming by the end of 2021. Currently, in the entire Madison County, there's less than 1,000 houses for sale.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a huge deficit right now, and like Priceville, Decatur, Coleman, like all these areas are just seeing like they're getting over asking price for all the houses and that kind of stuff. Like, I mean.
Well, shoot, man,
I wouldn't be selling my house right now. I'd hold on till it peaks.
Yeah.
Don't take my advice, though. I'm not qualified to give it.
Right.
I'm just telling you what I would do.
Yeah. Well, knowing him, he probably overpaid for the house. So.
He probably paid full asking price for it already.
Yeah. He already paid the high price. Yeah, but yeah, man, I mean, I didn't tell him anything because I don't know what the answer is. Because, I mean, I can't blame him because I would not be happy in Coleman and working at the little regional hospital there. And I'll be devastated there.
Yeah.
All right, we got a little move here. We had any news this morning?
No, there's no news.
All right.
No news.
Yeah, look at that. I could have read all that.
Yeah, I think this would be another opportunity to go long.
I'm right here, bro. I'm already on it.
Where are y'all going to take?
I'm at 46.50. I mean, I'm back in it. So we'll see if it wants to hold for me here again. It might push through it, but if it wants to hold, then hopefully it bounces a little bit.
Okay. I'm at 46. Yep. Nice.
Well, it's not there yet. It needs to go.
Oh, I didn't pick you up?
I'm in, yeah. It's just pushed to 75. This is the third All right,
Yep, there it
just
is.
got it. Yeah, just got it.
There we go.
I have to go to 1 tick here. Yeah, back out.
All right,
So
you got it?
Yeah, pointing the tick again at that same location. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, way to do it.
Yeah.
Making money the old way.
The old way, huh?
The old way. All right, guys. This is extremely confidential.
Well, I wouldn't say anything on the YouTube channel.
Do
there,
not. Don't say anything to anyone. My brother.
Go ahead.
My brother's talking to a. I don't know if you call it a therapist. But about his high stress situation.
Oh Lord.
I'm not joking. He told me that yesterday, and I was like, I thought he was joking. I was like, oh yeah. I guess whew, a lot of work.
Really?
He's like, yeah. So he found someone in Nashville. Why
don't you just tell him how it is, man? Tell him to toughen up, dude. What's the deal? I mean, at least from what you telling me, the guy's got the life of a. I mean, everybody wants his life. How can it be stressful?
Yeah,
he's got one child with a full-time nanny and it's stressing him out.
He's so stressed. So he had the kid the little buddy yesterday. We're FaceTiming, and so he goes and ride his bikes every day. He can't ride it when he's with the kid. So I'm like, well, John, it's okay. Well, I get stuck with the kid, and he calls him the kid. I'm like, well, you mean my little buddy? He's like, yeah. When I'm with him, I can't go do anything. Like, I just don't understand. I'm like, well, all right. Sorry. Like, I don't know what to say.
Can't go do anything, but yet every month he jumps on his private jet and flies around the world for a vacation a week and a half out of the month. The guy can't do anything, poor guy.
I couldn't do anything.
I mean, come on.
He's like, I can't even remember last time I was in a race. I'm like, I can tell you, it was, I think it was last October. He was like, well, that didn't count.
Well, tell him to stop flying to Albania and all that kind of stuff and go find a race to go to and go jump in a race. I mean, my goodness, man, there's a race going on everywhere, sometime every day, everywhere around the world, somewhere probably.
Yeah. It's funny. I don't know what to tell him, so I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. But yeah, he really is talking to someone about all this stuff. And he blames me, by the way, for leaving everything on his shoulders. I'm not joking. 100 right there.
That's ridiculous, yeah.
Give your brother my number.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
I'll talk to him about having crap left on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Not having a private jet I could have hawked for a little bit of relief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just need to tell him you'll help him with the family finances at this point. You're qualified to start helping him if that will help relieve some of his stress.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nice trade. What was the reasons for the two longs? Amazon asked. What's the 2 reasons
nice
for the longs? Yeah, well, for mine, Amazon, the reason I took the 2 trades was just based off of the support here. Got a candle at 8:30. That's a traditional zone candle at 8:30, along with some support right through there. All the price action and the way with the volume being low, coming back into that area with support. I was just looking for a quick scalp bounce, and because it's proven to be good support there with low volume. That's the only reasons I took the trade.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a previous zone. I just don't have it marked up anymore. It was marked up originally, and I took it off after it was triggered to go short. But the zone was still active to the long side, and mixing in with the support candles right there at 8:45, as you can see on my chart right here. You have that good area of support right there, and that's the reason I took both trades right there at 46.5. So I was right there in amongst all that price action to the left side there. So it just gives you kind of that wall to kind of sit on briefly and bounce off of, and that's all that was. Hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's the same reason I just flipped the zone and I went down, but I ended up losing. But I was using the zone down there to try. Oh no, I got at the point on this one. Sorry, I went in on the 44 flat to go long, and I was just using the 850 candle, um, expecting a bounce out of that, which we got to go long.
Yep. Those are both previous zones that have been traded, but they just, which I've removed off the chart for the YouTube channel at this point. But they were still zones that were still showing respect and a lot of support there. So that's the reason Soto and I both took trades out of that area.
Yes.
A little higher risk just because it's right in the sideways market, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what you do, you have that big push to the upside here, starting at 935, right? You've had that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strong candles to the upside, so you're going to get some relief, right? You're going to get a little bit of a resting phase, so to speak. I think price probably still might go up a little bit higher, or it could drop out of the bottom here. I don't know, but from this, at least from at that point in time, with that kind of a move, that had to rest a little bit. So price came back into that kind of area of congestion, where there was a lot of support there. And it was a little higher risk trade, but with volume being so low, volume hadn't increased any out of those trades, so it was a good chance to take a quick little bounce. Knew we weren't going to get a runner out of that, but you're going to get a little bounce out of it, and that's what we got. And that's what we took. So a little higher risk, but they worked out today.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So.
And also, it's towards the end of the month, and I'm quite up in my my trade, so I was willing to take some additional risk.
Yeah, so I hope that answered your question, sir or ma'am. Amazon, just kind of let us know.
What?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, ma'am, sir, Amazon.
I'm not sure. I didn't know. I just say Amazon there.
Yeah. You got to stick to gender neutral terms.
No pronouns. No pronouns.
I guess I do.
Thank you, person, for your interest. My
You're an unidentified person. Thank you.
Unidentified person. Yeah. So I went up to this guy. You probably remember him. Gosh, what's his name? I forgot his name now. Anyways, I went up to this guy and I was like, "Hey, man, I have a friend. Might be interested in you. Will you be interested in my friend?" And he was like, "Oh, how old is she?" And I said, "Oh, I never said it was a she." He was like, "Oh, it's a guy? Well, I never said it was a guy either. It's just a friend. It doesn't matter."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it does. I know, but as a joke, I was using the non-gender
gotcha.
terms, because how awkward it is to just assume that it's a girl, and it's not. Like the whole time, I was like, yeah, you guys will get along just great. Big basketball fan.
Oh, jeez.
I have many girlfriends that play basketball, so I like how you assume it's automatically a guy.
I didn't assume anything.
You should probably know, like, none of my guy friends are probably athletic.
I kind of got into that. I kind of figured that out at this point. At least the ones I know you talk about.
Yeah. Oh, Stevie.
All right, Amazon. Thank you, sir. I love that.
Yes,
That's awesome, man. Thanks for the sense of humor. I appreciate it. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. That's funny. I am a man. Yeah. That's
funny. Mitchell, you still there?
I'm here with you.
You get everything working yet?
Oh yeah, I'm up and going.
Good, good. Have you taken the trade yet?
Not yet.
You know, Mitchell hadn't taken a trade. He's gonna be he's a lot more conservative.
Yeah, I'm not liking all this trash right now.
That's good.
Hey, let's be clear, man. I on my MES, I take one trade and walk, bro.
That's good. That's what you need to be doing.
It's just not a good one.
All right, well, I'll double my account in less than 30 days.
I'm kidding.
I mean, I'll send you a fax if I had a fax machine.
Oh, that's funny.
By the way, I think Steven is really counting on me teaching him how to trade.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, he would actually be 100% ideal situation for what I was telling you about last night with the options.
Yeah.
The conservative route.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually absolutely ideal for someone like Steven, you know, and put a little money into it, you know, and drop it in there, even while he's working now, you know.
Right.
He's a doctor and he works all day, but this is, like I said, you don't have to manage it, right? And it would be absolutely ideal for him to build that nest egg while he is working. So when he wants to quit, Kirsten to say, "Well, okay, you made all this money here, so that's fine," you know. If she ever does that, you know, but at least that would help that process if he's going to quit.
Right. Yeah, you're right about that.
You know, so.
Yeah, I told you they're expecting another one.
Yeah, that's 3 now, right? That'd be third one.
That's 3. Yep.
Yeah.
They're not gonna stop anytime soon, by the way.
Is she not? Because I didn't think she wanted all those kids, man. I didn't think she.
Yeah.
She likes to work too much.
Yeah, she doesn't want to stop working, so she's not. It's just that she's just gonna keep working. So
she'll just pop him out and go back to work next couple days, and within a couple days,
that's
right?
It. Yeah.
So he's gonna have to stay home and be a Mr. Mom, isn't he?
Stay home. Yeah. Yeah. That's 100%. And he's such a great dad. He's so good because he grew up with like 20,000 kids. So he's like, he knows how to do stuff, you know.
Is he like the second oldest of 11 or of 11 kids?
No, he's like somewhere in the middle.
Always in the middle, okay. But he still had to help take care of his younger sisters.
Yeah, the other 7.
11 kids, man. That's rare these days.
Yeah, 11. Whew. So, but yeah, it's so yeah, like the most impressive was her first kid. She was working the day of delivery. She had to go deliver the kid. She was back to work not the next day, but the day after that. That's pretty impressive on your first kid. Second kid, she was like, "Yeah, I didn't even take time off of that."
Just went in after work and popped it out, and went back to work the next morning.
Yeah, because she could have. They would have given her 6 months, but that would have thrown her off a whole year from her residency, which would have affected her schedule because her and Steven were doing the same residency. So if she was delayed a whole year, that means he screwed up for another year, and then she wanted to do another year of fellowship. Remember Alabama, and so that really would have messed up, with Steven having to work at urgent care. So that's why she was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to take any time off." So I'm like, "Okay, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But she's like never home. She's like always working. So she's killing it. Pretty intense. Good. So I'm a stay-at-home son, right?
What?
I'm a stay-at-home son.
You're a stay-at-home son?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Well, you got stay-at-home dads, but I'm not a dad, so I'm a stay-at-home son.
Okay.
That's my full-time job.
You're just a bum, is what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't think that's what it is.
Lazy bum.
Are you calling a stay-at-home dad a bum?
No, but you're not a stay-at-home dad.
No, because they work with the children.
They take care of their kids.
Well, I study and I read and I do trading.
Yeah, you sleep on the couch all day.
I do all of the same stuff with a full-time job. 10 kids.
That's funny. Oh. No, man, that's cool. That's cool. Well, man, price is slowing down, just going sideways.
It's doing the old traditional Chinese sleep. Yep. It's bouncing off beautiful off that area though. Many times. The 750 candle.
Mm.
Very nice jump reflection out of that area.
Yeah, I've taken the bites of the apple I can take in the sideways market. I can't trade any more of it. I'm going to have to get out of that at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to go a little higher here. Yep, either that or a little lower.
Yeah. Man, Mitchell, your dad comes back into the country in the next couple more weeks, huh?
Yeah, it's close to 20 days, 21 days, something like that.
Yeah, he comes back to the country. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's on short final for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is horrible. He comes back. Wait, Price broke out of the area. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'll tell you later. People that may not know my humor may not appreciate jokes. You get that virus from China. First, you can't have nothing.
Can't have nothing, man. I can't
Dude,
travel around the world without getting sick, man.
Yeah, dude, like, okay, well, imagine you just got back, from a regular flight. You just got back from, let's say, Atlanta, right? You flew in, some little flight, you start feeling a little sick. Well, now you have to go and tell somebody about it, right? Well, it may not be in it. It may just be a little cold, but now they keep you down, bro. That's pretty intense. So, they had, I forgot the numbers, but they had so many cases pending here in the U.S. Do you remember that number?
I don't.
Oh. Yeah.
I know they had one at University of Tennessee there, and they cleared it.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, they quarantined a student there, and then quarantined and put them through all kind of tests, but they cleared them. It was negative.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, I am a man.
Oh, that's fun. I guess.
If you just come and just read that, that's the only thing you read. You're like, oh, okay, well.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Congrats.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we're all inclusive here, so.
Man.
Okay, here we go.
I can't stop yawning.
Cat doesn't do anything all day.
Nothing.
Yeah, let's see if we can break away from this area here. Got a little double top right now. You should, BK, you should get a shirt from China. It says I love China. Go walk down, just coughing nonstop. Just like at a restaurant. Just oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I do you have any Chinese food? Because I really enjoyed my trip up there last week. It was really good.
I saw a meme the other day that said when you're eating at your favorite Chinese restaurant and someone starts coughing in the kitchen.
Oh, that's funny. That's horrible. That's funny. BK, I didn't do this to you because I cared about you too much. Plus, I didn't have it with me. But um, I tell you about the pranks that we always play. Our pranks are never to put anyone down. It's always to uplift them, and it's fun, and we never do anything to harm someone. That's not funny, right?
Okay.
But what it is funny is when we make you think that you're dying. So one of there's a medicine called Nispan that if you're given a decent amount, about even 1,000 milligrams, but even 1,500 milligrams, if we can make you take it without you knowing what it is or knowing the side effect of it, around midnight when you're asleep, you wake up and you're having like this hot flushes, like you're about to die. You think you're having like a heart attack. It's perfectly safe. It's just the way that the vitamin goes into your bloodstream and it makes you feel like those hot flushes. But yeah, wasn't able to manage that.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to manage that, punk. I'd have been mad.
Well, you would have never known. I would have been like, "Oh, you're fine. Just get some water."
You'd have let it out at one point in time. I know you. It would have come.
Yeah.
You couldn't have held that in forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've done that. We've done it a few times. So
Sturdy.
with our friends, yeah, it was funny. Like we'll have like a sleepover, and then like one of my friends would be like, we did like some multivitamins. We're like, "Hey man, you tried this multivitamin?" And I'd be like, "No man." I was like, "Yeah man, dude, this is intense." And like we all take it, but the rest of us are taking like actual vitamins, and you're taking the Nispan. And well, you go to sleep, and next time you know, 4 hours later, you wake up thinking you're about to die. Classic.
That's a classic doctor prank, huh?
Yeah. My dad said at medical school, he gave out this pill, I forgot what it was, and it turns your urine red. So you're like, you go to the bath, you urinate, and next time you know, you look down, like, what's going on? That's funny, but yeah, I never got hold of those. I don't think they make those anymore.
Is your dad a prankster too?
I think he was more back in the day. Mm-hmm. I think my mom kind of took him down a little. So, but when him and I were just like alone, we would joke around a lot.
Yeah.
But in front of other people, he never does anything. Like he doesn't even joke around that much around other people. It's like a whole different person. But once he gets like just me and him, like I was like, why don't you do this in front of them? Like, oh, I can't. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Man, looks like we're gonna hang out in this sideways action here for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe you are. I'm about to pick up this ride to go along here.
I bet you are,
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I'm in the train. Just kidding. I'm not.
Well, dude, I think I might just shut it down, man.
All right.
I hate I didn't get to do anything today, but
I just hang around. It's up to you for another.
I'm just not gonna trade in the straight sideways like this.
Yeah, that's good.
BK, let me ask you this. So we got two candles here that one just overpowered the other one. Is that correct?
As far as wig goes, yeah, not body, but wig.
Yeah. Correct. I'm counting the wigs. Now, I thought last time you said we do count the wigs, but are we not counting the wigs?
Not for not for a reversal. We want the full body engulfed as a reversal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, so what is this? Does this not tell us anything?
It just tells us we're sideways market. That's all it tells me. I think we're going to bounce short here, right on this candle right here. I think it's going to go down a little lower, but it's not telling me that the upside's over with. We're fully down just because of that. How we had had this 1035 candle fully engulfed body and all on that, then I would say, okay, this is our entry to go short, on the retrace of this candle right here. But I can't confirm that at this point in time, just because it's not a full embodied candle.
Gotcha.
But with that, I mean, the way you would look at that on order flow is, okay, we had this big up move right here, right? So we had this big strong candle at 10:30. Okay, from an order flow standpoint, with from a reading the tape, so to speak, you have this big move right here at 10:30. Okay, so that's a strong move. A lot of buyers come in right there, and immediately they get overtaken by sellers. Right, that's what it shows on the 10:35 candle. So that just means that they're still bumping their head. There's still sellers up there saying, no, we're not going to let price go higher yet. So had that candle been a big forceful push down, a big push, meaning that this whole body engulfed this previous candle, then I would say, okay, this is where the big boys are pushing from this area. They're going to go ahead and make a commitment to the short side and go low and go short. That would have been, from an order flow standpoint, that's what all the buyers and sellers are saying. Right. So we just don't have that. We have a big rejection right here. Price tried to go higher, and the sellers said, no, we're going to push it on back down. But they're not saying we're going to go ahead, as we push it, we're going to go ahead and jump on board and push the strain lower. That's not how we had that big full engulfed body. That's what that would mean. Does that make sense?
It does, yep.
Yeah, from an order flow standpoint, that's how you have to read that.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Okay, yeah, obviously it kind of stood out. Mm-hmm. I guess, are you looking at your chart?
Yeah.
All right. If you were to look at, and I'm still kind of learning the way, this, I'm still haven't, quite mastered it, but not even close, but the 6:55 candle and the 7 o'clock candle from this morning.
6:55 and 7 o'clock, yeah, okay.
Okay. Are those too small to be considered how the buyers overtook the sellers?
No, I mean that's 100. I mean that's the exact what we were talking about, right?
Okay, perfect. Yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I just want to be sure. Yep.
See,
and then
body,
right after you had a yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's an engulfing candle. I mean, it's just an engulfing candle, but so is the red candle here at 10:35 is an engulfing candle. But what you need to look at from an order flow is the body. If that body, like you do, like at the 7 o'clock candle here, that body completely engulfs the previous 6:55 candle, right? Just not the wicks. That's momentum move. That's a momentum swing right there. That's the move to the upside. See how you don't have that conviction right now from the red?
Correct.
From the current candle?
Yep.
There's a difference there. Had you had a full bodied engulf right there of the 10:30 candle from this 10:35 candle, then you would see a good move to the downside happen.
Gotcha. And can it be equal, or does it have to be one tick greater? One equal.
Yeah, it can be equal. Yeah, it can absolutely be equal. Yeah, but you'd like to see a little more commitment wick wise from one side or the other, but it can definitely be equal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been looking at those and kind of paying attention, like we talked about last time.
Yeah. It's just to give you a heads up, of reading order flow and all the buy and sell orders and what that and the psychology behind that, what that means, So.
Can you go back to just a few down to 1325?
To where?
1325.
1325 from where?
Yep, 1325 from January 24th.
Okay. So 1325.
That's correct.
All right, that's it. Yeah.
All right, yeah, 1325, and then it's overtaken by the 1330.
Right.
Same thing there, and then you see the push down.
Absolutely.
That's correct.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, just want to have another example to be sure.
Yeah, that's right.
I got it.
That's a good example. And just think of the psychology behind it is what you got to think of. Why? Because anytime you see a full-bodied candle, that's a lot of buying going on, right? And this, at least a green one, a lot of buying. But immediately it was overturned by sellers and engulfed it completely. So that tells you there's more sellers than there's buyers immediately. That means a lot of buyers up here got stuck, is what that means. So if I looked at my order flow chart right now and pulled it up, you'd probably see at the top of this candle up there's a big buyers up here that never got filled. So those buyers are what they call stuck. Okay, so they're in pain at this point. So they also help in the sell off of this market move down, because now they're taking their losses, they're cutting their losses and getting out. So they're in pain. So that helps fuel the fire to the downside. Okay, because they're selling their positions and getting out. They're taking their losses and getting out. So anytime that happens, right, you fuel the fire to the opposite direction. Okay, because once you buy, because remember, once you become a buyer, you're immediately a seller. And once you're a seller, you're immediately a buyer, because you're looking to get out of those positions at a certain place of profit. So if you get stuck in that and price moves against you, you have to kill your losses. And if you're a big order there, you're selling to kill your losses, but it just fuels the fire to go short. So
yeah,
does that make sense or no?
Yeah, no, perfect sense. Yeah. Yep. I've been paying attention to those and want to be sure.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it looks like we're still in a sideways market here. Yeah. In order for us to get out of the sideways market, we got to break that 23.50, 23 and a quarter area. So far it's holding strong. It'll push down. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So the schedule for this week. Have we decided the schedule for this week for the channel?
Yeah, we need to kind of think through that. I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna cut back on the live streams to about 3 days a week, and gotta figure my best days on that. It's probably gonna be probably just do it the first half of the week, and probably look for Thursdays and Fridays to be a different method, and which would be a private anyway, a private thing going on there.
Right, so we'll be off on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, I think we're going to just move the channel just to be in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday for the live stream like this, to do this method here.
Yep.
And so Thursday, Friday, we'll go into a
Friday always eats my lunch anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, we're going to have dental hours at the clinic here, so just Monday to Friday.
We're still gonna be trading. We're just gonna trade.
Yeah, we'll be trading, just not on the channel.
Just not a method I'm gonna show on the channel for free.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what all the dentists say. Oh yeah, we're still working. I need that third Wednesday off. My orthodontist, when I was a little guy, had like the weirdest hours. He would like Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, and half day Friday. I'm like, oh, okay.
Dentists are the businessmen of the medical field. No call, no crazy residency. Most of it, if you do like endodontics, it's a no insurance business, and you just rake it in.
Just bring in the cash. Yeah.
I interned with an endodontist, and he could have 8 root canals going at one time. They were $900 a piece. And no insurance. Took him 25 minutes per root canal. He said, "You do the math, son. I'm doing pretty well." He was open from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock on Friday. All the other days were like normal days, but only 7 to 9 on Friday. And I was like, Dr. So-and-so, why do you even open up on Friday? He said, "So I don't get drunk on Thursday."
Is this the same guy? Is this the same guy that his son... Is this the same guy that his son would be like, "Daddy, you don't care people don't call you a doctor?" And he's like, he didn't care because he was
would tell people that he was the plumber of the mouth.
Okay.
He's like, "I'm not a doctor, I'm a plumber of the mouth."
Yeah.
He's a strange bird. He didn't have any nitrous in his office, and the guy one time was like, "Well, my other endodontist had nitrous, why don't you?" He said, "Well, me and the nitrous got to be too good of friends a few years ago, so I had to remove it."
By law, I can't have it anymore. Good.
Dude, he was great. I loved him. made me want to be a dentist until I started seeing what he actually did, and I was like, no, sir.
Steven's brother is in dental school now. Little Luke.
Yeah.
So
That's what you should do, Soda.
no thanks. There's a reason there's dentists is because doctors didn't want to mess with the mouth. So
I'm telling you, man, he had a good little business.
yeah, I never really cared for it. It's just, it would be so boring to do. Just devastating. But yeah, no, it's all the respect out to them. But yeah, just.
He killed it. And I mean, typically, like in his case, people didn't come in there. Like all he did was root canals. That was it.
Yeah.
And that's what he said. He was like, they'll pretty much whatever I want, they'll do it because they're hurting. They don't come in here because they want a root canal.
Right. Nobody wants a root canal.
It's like I get calls like, "Can you come in on Saturday?" Yeah, I'll come in on Saturday. It cost you.
It cost. Yeah. Yeah, I knew one in Huntsville. He didn't do very well though. I don't know why. He's a great guy, good doctor and everything, but he just didn't have a lot of business. So.
This dude's killing it.
Yeah, but he's not in Huntsville, is he?
No, he's down there where I'm from.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. Well, yeah, BK. So since we'll do Monday to Wednesday on live chat here, do you want to go ahead and call it since we're still in the sideways?
Yeah, I will here in just a second. I'm typing in something here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was you typing. I thought that was a keyboard typewriter.
Chains rattling.
Yeah. Let's see what I want to say.
Little Mitchell.
Yep.
Are you a handy guy? Can you do stuff?
Yep.
Good. What are the challenges of building your own little? I don't even know what you call it. It's not like a little farmhouse, but like a small shed that you can put stuff in.
Yeah, go buy one. It was a lot cheaper.
I was gonna say, yeah, dude, just go buy one.
Yeah, well, no, yeah. Let me rephrase the question. This was not my question. This is a question that was given to me. But not like a small shed, but like a bigger, like a mini,
like a tiny home.
Yeah, like a tiny, like where you
Tiny
can put
home.
stuff in, like tools and bigger stuff. That I don't know, something like I don't know. It's big. It's not a shed. Like it's bigger, like twice as big as a typical shed.
Okay.
Like a mini farm looking thing.
Go ahead. What's the question?
Yeah, is that a lot of work? Like,
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, the way these portable buildings and like these companies that do all those, I mean, you truthfully cannot build it for what they can. You just go buy one, and I'm talking mild to wild. I mean, if you want one that you can park 2 18-wheelers in, it's they have those. But they build them so fast, and there's so many of them. They get such discounts on the materials. The labor cost of them actually building it offsets. I mean, you may save a few $100 to go build it yourself, but if unless you're a builder, I mean, stuff's not going to be straight. It's going to be so frustrating. It's going to take you 4 times as long as it should.
Gotcha.
I don't know how big you're talking. Like you said, to put some tools in. Are we talking like a shovel? Or are we talking about a bulldozer? I mean,
like a I don't know what they're called. The thing to cut grass. Those bigger things, like tractors.
A lawnmower, like a tractor and a lawnmower.
Yeah, like a tractor, like the one. Doug has. Why are you laughing?
Because
just the way you started this whole conversation, you're talking like it was to throw a couple hose
I
in.
didn't know if you needed help with some plumbing or something.
I mean, his little shed's turned into a 30 by 60 barn, man. I mean, at a minimum,
and if that's the case, you 100% cannot do that yourself.
Well, Doug asked me if we could do it.
No.
And I said,
just the tools that you would need, to get that started, it would cost you more than just going and buying it. I mean, if you're putting a tractor in it, you're going to want it at least, 15, 20 feet tall.
Right.
You've got to get up there and do that. I mean, you got to hang the trusses and then you got to wrap all that sheet metal. And I can see the two of y'all, you prick your hands and y'all be going getting tetanus shots and everything. So I would just buy it. I mean, they'll come out and build it on site. It won't take 3 days, build it on site. I mean, the most expensive part is going to be pouring the concrete. And if you don't concrete the bottom of it and just pour rock, I mean, you're really not even talking about that much. I mean, you can get a good sized barn built for $10,000 or $15,000.
Okay, yeah. Doug wanted a project for us to do together as friends.
Well, y'all build like a raised garden bed or something. That'd be a good project.
Yeah.
Or a little speed car or something.
Yeah.
I don't think going all in on a metal building is probably where you should start.
Yeah, that's not the project.
Yeah. He was like, hey, buddy. We think about because he has like a little. I think I showed you a picture where he has like a little shed thing. He's like, we can take that down and build a new one, and just me and you, and I think that'd be kind of cool to do. Like, yeah, let me talk to my friend. He knows more about this stuff than I do.
Well, I mean, you could in theory. I mean, if you just wanted to do it like for some camaraderie, I would go hire a couple like of the local. There's a lot of Mennonites around Coleman that are really good at that. I'm serious. I mean, they're phenomenal. That's what they do. Like most of the families own those businesses. But I would just go buy one.
He wanted to do something like have a friend, but
well then y'all just build some garden beds in his yard, build some raised beds or some flower
I didn't want
boxes.
to say like no right away, but I did tell him that when I was in my fraternity, we were forced to go volunteer, and we all went to the where's that place where you go build a house for people?
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, they told us to not come back, and so what we did is we just bought donuts for everybody, and we brought coffee and donuts because we had to go for like 2 days straight, and because they saw, unfortunately, our work was not very good, and they're like, please don't do anything, and we just bought donuts and coffee.
Well, let's put it this way. I mean, I built my fence at my house, and it's 230 foot of privacy fence, and by the time I bought all the tools, finished the work, I maybe saved $500, and it's not straight at all, and it annoys me. So if I had to do it over again, I would have bought it. I would not have done it myself. I mean, it was cool that I did it and kind of an accomplishment, but totally not worth it.
Yeah. Didn't it break or something happened with it?
Well, yeah, my crackhead neighbor ran into it.
All right.
Okay. So let me go ahead and bring this. Let me go ahead and bring this in. Bring this thing to a close here. All right, guys. So if you're looking at the chart here, you see Soto's trade where he entered the trade, his first trade there, and then this picture here shows the loss. So he entered here, and but it got stopped out here. So, which is fine, not a big deal, right? It was a good trade, and price just didn't cooperate. No big deal. All right, so there's the loss. So let me go ahead and bring in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, and that one it went to 0.75 and then it flashed down, and then on the next trade it went up to 1 point, but it didn't give us the point, right? So, anyways, not bueno.
All right. So we put in our loss there again. So that's 3 days in a row. You got to pick it up there.
I may have to go back to the ES
demo. You might have to help me out.
Slack over here, so don't trade till I tell you to.
That's it. Bring us back.
To do that. So we're back down to $3,052. So we're down to $3,052. So we can still trade 3 contracts, which is good. But if we do take a loss on the next one, we're gonna have to drop back down to 2 contracts. So we definitely want to just continue to take good trades, and it'll work itself out. Obviously, we've not grown the account like we have taken a ton of bad trades, so it's okay. That's just part of it, right? So we stay positive, keep moving through. So that's the update on the
trading. Trading is like there's seasons of trading, and that's what people need to understand. Yeah. So right now we're not in a good season, a small little short winter season, but we'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Yes, we will be back tomorrow. So LJ, good job today making the point. Amazon, thanks for hanging with us, and thanks for the sense of humor. Yeah, thanks for the sense of humor. Appreciate that. And again, we're going to end up changing the channel this week to just 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Excuse me, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And we'll take Thursdays and Fridays off for this actual live stream here for everybody to see. So so there we go. We'll kind of stay on that schedule from here on out. So I hope that works for everybody. But anyway, have a great day, guys, and we'll look to doing this thing again tomorrow. Okay?
Yep. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
Yep.
Learn how to day trade the futures market. Till next time.